we are here. I didn't say it.
The dinosaur sword.
Mike made it different, but Garrett just went with it anyways.
So we're at everyone's favorite part of the game.
Of course.
This is the best
It's
chapter.
shocker.
The base.
You want to know why it's the best? Because it's just over. You just walk in here and oh,
the gate's closing.
You're trapped.
Why is that water purple?
Because
you'll
your
see.
mom.
You'll see why it's
Radioactive piss.
Oh boy.
That's better. Atlas Ryan.
If you were an
Atlas
attack
Ryan.
helicopter, what would you do?
Attack things.
Time was.
Well, what if you were a peaceful one that was tired of war, tired of fighting, killing, and slaughtering innocent natives?
I will never be tired of war.
And alone.
Eric literally told me he's never seen a war he didn't like.
Sander Cohen.
He supported the war in Iraq. He supported the Vietnam War. He supported the Civil War. He supported the Revolutionary War.
I've been against pretty much any war.
That's not true.
Yeah, 100% not true.
It lies.
Eric wants to fucking nuke the shit out of China, North Korea, Russia, and he wants to implant CIA operatives as the new leaders.
Oh, he's so alive.
Guy. What? Why is there a bunny head?
Don't run!
When did fucking Donnie Darko go?
I think it's. I believe it's called a mask.
No.
Come on! Are you stop!
I think Donnie Darko's a movie, Mike.
We're in a fight. Donnie Darko.
Come on! I just want to talk to somebody!
The mask is like omnipotent.
I mean, Donnie Darko was an edgy teenager.
Okay. Let's do two edgy teenagers. Donnie Darko or Edward Scissorhands?
Oh, Edward Scissorhands.
Okay, you think that Donnie Darko would be the mask, but not Edward Scissorhands?
Edward Scissorhands is a broken tier character in any fucking
Gotta clean this up quick! Clean it up!
Apparently there was a porn parody of it back in the day called Edward Penis Hands.
Oh, that sounds like
I'm a star, not you!
definitely want to
Come here and take it!
get off of that.
You are a star!
I don't understand. Can you let me through the door, or do I just have to fight like 9 million?
Just gotta fight.
Guess he had a fight.
Oh, we did.
Smell the malt vinegar in this one. I've waited so long for something
guy's an
tasty
artist.
to come to this little bird, but all that pass are yokel.
Can you hear them talk?
So,
Where are my manners? Come in.
You can hear them scream when you murder them.
Sander Cohen awaits you.
so I saw this crazy video on YouTube today. It was some guy back in the 80s who went into a news station with a gun and took the anchor hostage. And they tried to negotiate with him for hours, but he wouldn't give in. So at the end, they actually had the newscaster go on air at gunpoint and read this guy's like rambling 20-minute long manifesto. And it was basically, okay, there were like 10 country singers, including Johnny Cash, who he said were like prophets. And because of them, World War III was going to start in 1998.
You bitch.
And then America was going to create 4 new cities that would be populated solely by homosexual men. and then returning war veterans would set off nukes in these cities. They'd start a civil war. The states would break into 4 countries.
Returning vets such fucking
The states would break into 4 countries. Then they'd be invaded by Brazil, and then 20 million Americans would go to the Northwest Territories in Canada and start a new society, which would be the richest and greatest society in the world. But meanwhile, all these Latin American people and everybody from Eastern Europe were all influenced by mind control, which was done through Islam to make people into either hippies or punks, would take over the rest of the world.
Sounds like a good book, honestly.
Did the newscaster die?
No, at the end, he's like, okay, that's that. He's like, thank you, and the guy handed the newscaster his gun, and the newscaster put it on his desk and shook his hand. And then the cops came in, and the newscaster was even like, whoa, like, put the guns down, I have his gun, like, relax. And then they just arrested him.
So is he still in jail?
I don't know, I tried to look him up, and I couldn't really find much else about him, so...
He's probably dead because he was too close to the truth.
I didn't mean to hurt anyone!
Hey, maybe him reading that message stopped World War III.
Well, I know Johnny Cash did want to. He did love war.
Yeah, he's talking all about it.
Oh, and another one of his prophets was Conway Twitty, that early show.
Again, the whole part about the, like, returning war vets nuking the cities where all the gays are.
Yeah.
That's like, that's the funniest part. It's like, all the returning war vets are just fucking giant homophobes.
And also, there's kind of like this part when he first says that part, he's like, these cities will be populated entirely by homosexual men, and I am a homosexual. And the newscaster was just like, okay. And then he like made a note of that on the paper.
Was this like the actual recording, or was this just like someone talking about what happened?
No, this was the actual video.
Was it like creepy or anything? Like, what was like the feel?
Not really. Like the newscaster, he's like surprisingly really calm and really like professional. He just sounds like he's reading any other newscast.
Yeah.
And the guy's like a little jumpy, but he's not like, he doesn't seem like that wacko other than what he's written.
Yeah. Well. Huh. Okay. Is this guy a hero, Eric, or is he crazy?
Well, and I felt the reason why I found that video is there was a guy he's a 19-year-old Iranian immigrant to the Netherlands, and a couple years ago he went into a Dutch TV station with a gun and tried to get put on air like that, but they somehow stopped him and arrested him. And the reason why he wanted to go on air is because he said one time when he was watching the news, he saw a person shapeshift into a monster, basically. And he felt that he had to like warn the world about it.
Yeah, and no one else saw it.
People talk about that all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I had one of my math teachers in high school was always talking about reptilian, all these famous people are reptilians. But he was always joking. All these.
Oh, I was gonna say that he had.
No, he was like huge. He would be a 4chaner. Conspiracy theories. I don't think he believed a lot of them, but like
He thought they were funny.
We played Get That. That was a fucking comedy. We played against us and shit. You guys know what Get is? No. So we would just be putting like an arena, like a 64x64 arena. Everyone would be on a trike, and you would just leave a wall behind you. Last person. Yeah, last person alive wins. And let me just say, I always fucking won. The people on my AP math
Vandalism is a serious crime. Remember, vandals are parasites.
pretty much.
Vandalism is a serious crime. Remember,
is he like
vandals are parasites.
Christians. He actually gave me his email address. So I told him I was going to go into computer science, and then I never did. But yeah, you know, he was a super fucking cool guy.
Well, sorry, back to the chameleon stuff, though. What do you guys think of that?
Reptilian monsters, I mean, it's, I don't know. Like, there's no way.
Like the videos, though, where they're on the news and shit, and they're acting like zombies, or like their eyes are really fucked up and shit.
That I don't
Just be
necessarily.
fatigued.
A lot of people think that's not reptilian. A lot of people think that's like they're basically MK Ultra victims and the programming's fucking up.
Yeah, I think it would just be fatigue, because I mean, like,
That I
these
think
guys
is
just
more,
have like weird fucking hours too.
that I think is more realistic than reptilians, though. But I still don't know if that's true.
I remember my physics teacher turned me on to this one. I don't know what it was called, but they were like practicing, or like not practicing, but studying how to make tanks go invisible. And what they were doing is they were like freezing material out of existence or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she's like, oh yeah, and like one of the guys that was in the tanks, he got fused into the metal.
Yeah, that's the Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah, Philadelphia experiment. Yeah, that's what it was.
Philadelphia.
And I looked it up and I was like, skeptical I am.
Yeah, I know the government fucks around with a lot of tech that won't see the light of day for years, but I mean, that's pretty far-fetched, especially because that shit supposedly happened in like the 50s.
Yeah, it happened like a long time ago. And it's still fucking covered up. Do you think aliens have come to the U.S.? Or not to the U.S., to the Earth?
See, that I'm on the fence about. Like,
We were
I'm
talking about this
positive.
yesterday.
I'm positive with how big the universe is, they have to be out there, but have they come here? I'm on the fence. I think it's possible.
Yeah, really, I'm not sure. I
feel
honestly,
like-
I don't know what I believe.
I feel like they've had to have come to Earth.
See,
But then, like,
the thing
did they make contact with anyone?
that's always weird to me, and I know this is like what, like, I don't know, whatever. The pictures of like medieval art where there's like people in flying spaceships with like levers and buttons and shit, and this is a time where like mechanics and shit did not exist. And I just like, so how were they painting buttons in like a flying machine back then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like they thought that tornadoes were dragons,
I mean,
but
that
they're
makes sense.
but they're
I mean, if you don't know what the fuck is causing that tornado, then
no,
the dragon makes enough sense.
yeah, but like but they like they don't know what a tornado is, but they're drawing paintings of flying machines.
Well, when you think about it, like, a tornado is a pretty quick phenomena, and most people will never see one in their life, and they're rarer in Europe than they are over here. So if you have stories that are just because you know someone who knows someone who's seen one, it's gonna sound crazy. But yeah, I mean, you're right. I remember there's like some report from France from like 600 AD where they're like serpents dropped out of the sky and ate villages, and people are like, yeah, it was probably like a tornado outbreak. But again,
People claim to have seen a man die on a cross and resurrect himself too.
Garrett, that actually fucking happened. If you say that one more goddamn time.
But no, like, people will believe the stupidest shit is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like,
Also, like-
well, it's not even like stupid shit. It's just like shit to explain earthly
Yeah.
phenomena.
Yeah, and like storytelling is basically a game of broken telephone.
Story
So
time,
even-
kiddos.
Even when we reached the point where we were writing stuff down, it's like even then, a lot of the stuff that was getting written down was already old at that point. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, like, think of the Odyssey. Like, people believed that shit too, and it was told for
Mario
like
Odyssey?
a fucking long ass time before it was ever written down.
Yeah. Yeah, there were witches.
They didn't even know how to do no writing back then.
I mean, they believe that like he met gods.
Yeah.
He met Athena and what the fuck is Apollo's sister's name? Goddess of the Hunt? Is that Athena?
Oh,
No, it's not Athena.
Diana?
No,
Dude, that's like back in the day.
Apollo's sister.
Back-
Apollo.
Nobody allowed
Sorry.
backstage prior to
Back in the
Artemis.
back in the day, people could have just been like lying all the time, and like people are so stupid. They just be like the first liar to ever lie, right? It's like, oh my god, like, are you serious? Like, I totally believe that you just met God.
I mean, I don't think that they were fucking gullible. I think that that they, you know, experienced something that they couldn't explain, so it had to be a god that did it.
Yeah, even back then, and
I
even
just
back
feel
then
like, I
there
feel
were.
like Jesus was like, I walked on water, and they went like,
No, but
oh.
yeah, but even back then, there were. I think about things rationally. Like I remember, like a lot of the ancient Greeks had stuff like, you know, he tried to think of, wind is coming from caves in the earth. He didn't think it was just like a god blowing or something.
Yeah.
And also, they were the first ones to come up with the idea of basically like, you know how we know now everything's made out of atoms and shit like that. The prototype of that was this guy in ancient Greece who basically said that everything in the world is made up of small amounts of four elements: water, fire, earth, and air. Just in
Earth,
different
wind, and
amounts.
fire. It's all
Yeah,
the
they were
elements on.
trying to be smart, but they weren't. They were fucking ignorant and stupid, Derek.
Yo, see, that's the problem with science, is you don't have any respect for anything that came before. You stand on the shoulders of giants, you saw what's already been done, and you took the next step. They didn't.
God.
They don't have any respect for it because they didn't earn it.
How dare they fucking make progress?
Oh, that's Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. I love that dialogue that he has.
Is that the fat guy?
No, it's Jeff.
That's in
Seinfeld.
What's his name?
Newman.
I was gonna say Nelson.
And he kind of acts a bit like Newman in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I believe
plays that
I believe
character.
he was like.
Because he's in Toy Story too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Toy Story as the fucking creepy toy bar.
And he was in Space Man. That guy was in a lot of things.
He was like the comedic relief on a lot of movies.
I should always just die to those machines. It's so much easier.
Move
to
into
die.
the groove into the space thing.
Or was
I
it
think that was his first
his Virgin entertainment job? Just think, Jerry Seinfeld fucked him right in his asshole.
Oh.
What?
It wasn't.
Oh yeah, he was in fucking. You know what I think his first big thing might have been? I forgot about this. He was in fucking Grease.
I haven't seen that. Well, at least I haven't seen it while I've been old enough
I was like full health and she two-shot me? Come the heck on, Pupperinos.
to. Come the heck on! My face!
Popperinos. You know what I'm saying?
Pepperinos?
Dog has diabetes. Oh, he's a chonker.
No, I have diabetes.
He's a heckin' chonker.
Diabetes isn't something to joke around about.
Apparently, he was cast in Jurassic Park not because of Seinfeld, but because Spielberg saw him in Basic Instinct.
Oh yeah,
Also-
yeah. That's a great movie. Love that movie. Basic Instinct. That's such a good movie. Holy fuck.
That's that movie where that chick
good one.
uncrosses her legs and shows her cunt. People like flip.
I've never seen that movie. I refuse to see that movie. It's
Eric only
disgusting
seen
to
it
me.
because he has a hard time seeing vagina, so he has to take any chance he can get.
Any chance I can get. I like how his gun's like got a wrench. It's got like a wrench, you know.
It's got like a rat.
So now that we have the consumption rate down on this weapon, it's actually broken.
Consumption rate, just does that mean it uses less ammo?
Yeah.
Fucking
Like without it upgraded, it just like eats through shit, but
How do you make a weapon that use less ammo?
well it's
Explain
like
to me.
it shoots liquids.
It's coming.
You guys hear that?
Makes no sense.
Anyways,
Hold on,
let's
okay.
explore next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
Beep, beep, beep.